Hey, Kristin, how are you, beautiful?
Hey, Renita, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Awesome. We've got amazing guests on tonight. You are one of our special guests. We also have my friend Ryan and his son Addison and Jacob and Russ and my son Bo. Those guys, the teams are on fire. Everybody is sharing the patch, having fabulous results. If you guys could be a fly on my wall at my house today, literally, I'm listening to Scott right before I hopped on this. This woman is like, Scott, if I could show you the place where we put the patch over top my son's bandage and you could see how it healed this injury, you'd be like astounded. Like, so people are putting it over top of their bandages and having fabulous results. So people that say, hey, Renita, does it have to be directly on the skin? Well, this was on top of the bandage. And she told me that you could see a huge difference in the scar of where the patch was and where it wasn't. So that I had another phone call right before that one where I got to listen to someone putting Lifewave on somebody for the very first time. And she said, Renita, is it possible that when I put the tan patch on somebody, the pain immediately went away? We haven't even put the white one on yet. And the lady in the background's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So we've had lots and lots of incredible things. So we are here today to talk about the X39 Lifewave patch. And Kristin is invited some of her team and friends on. I know, Kristin, you have such a great testimony with this patch. For those of you that don't know what this is about, it is something that will change your life. It's all about a little patch called X39. I'm going to show it to you guys here so you can see it. Can you guys see that? And so this patch right here is really incredible because it actually will help to activate a peptide called GHK-Cu, which activates your own stem cells. That's a really big deal, especially as we age. If any of you are over the age of 20, guess what? Your stem cells are on the downhill slide now. So it's really important that we increase them. Kristin, I'm just going to let you take it away. Tell your experience with Lifewave. And super fired up. I know you have some pictures. Let me see if I can make you a co-host. Oh, Scott actually just put them in my messenger group. So I'm going to go grab them. But Kristin, I'll let you. Are you unmuted? Can you talk?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Let me pin you. Hang on a second. I'm not super tech savvy. The good news is you don't have to be in this business. Praise the Lord. Let me find you. I want to tag you. There you are. So I'm going to pin you so everybody can see you. All right, go for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Renita, for letting me come on tonight. I'm really excited to share this. Yes, it's been a whole year already. Oh my gosh. So my health journey actually starts 24 years ago. And I was actually involved in like 3 car accidents in 6 months. And it just kind of, I was able to walk away from those, but my back and my neck were really never the same. I had dealt with so much headaches and neck pain and back pain, upper back, shoulder blades, lower back, just continually. And, you know, my love and profession for 20 years is being a photographer. So I'm holding a camera all the time. And yeah, so I just have been able to still do what I love, but I've just actually always been in pain. And it's been a real challenge through the years. But in about 7 years ago, I actually got exposed to black mold as well. Wow. And that kind of took a toll on the body. Yep. A lot of symptoms I had were hip pain, joint pain. I had bicep tendonitis in both biceps. The fatigue was chronic. The pain just got worse from like even all my legs, my thighs, my shins, my feet, my ankles, I was pretty much just like an inflammation ball.
Yeah, I was going to say a ball of inflammation. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Literally.
Wow.
So thank goodness I was able to go with a practitioner, get some detoxing. I got into glutathione and all the wonderful things that your body needs to get that junk out. And luckily was able to really feel much better from all that. But what kind of hung on was the brain fog. I still had chronic fatigue, still had a lot of pain. Like my body was just still always in pain. And what I could do in a day was my photo shoots. I give 110% to what I do, what I love. And, by 3-5 o'clock in the afternoon, I was done. Evening stuff, grocery shopping, like nothing would happen after 5 o'clock anymore. I mean, for, sometimes, but really it was rare. And I was just kind of getting to my end rope of being able to handle all of this. And I'm a believer, and I know that God has had something for me. And I was just struggling and praying and being like, I need some answers. And I was starting to make like big decisions, like, living arrangements and career change and trying to like figure something out. And God was like, no, that's not what I have for you. This is what I have for you. And literally I saw your post June 29th, 2022, a little over a year ago. And you said stem cells will change your life. And I was like, it was a little bit on my radar. I didn't know much about stem cells at the time, but just enough to intrigue me to go check it out. Watched your presentation. I knew, like, I just knew, and I ordered. But interestingly enough, that from that moment, like a couple of days later, I just had migraines, and I woke up with another migraine, and migraine was like the first, the second, the third. And finally, like on July 5th, I got my patches in the mail, my X39 patch. I put it on, and I felt this warmth sensation. I had still kind of been dealing with, it wasn't a strong migraine that day, but I was definitely in pain.
Right.
The
you put the patch on. You put the patch on. What happened when you put the patch on?
I put the patch on, and I could feel the headache and the pain calming. I could feel warmness, and I definitely started feeling something then. I think there was a lot of excitement at the same time. I was like, this is gonna work. This is gonna work.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I had 2 text messages today where people say they put the patch on and they actually had tingling. Some people actually get tingly when they put my husband Scott is one of those. He gets a little tingly when he puts a patch on. So, and he's got tons of nerve damage from years of surgeries. And so I don't know if it's the nerves like waking back up or the stem cells saying, let's go. But yeah, sometimes with some people, they kind of feel almost like when they put the patch on, they feel like, oh, something is changing in my body. I don't think it's just, a placebo effect. There's actually something happen, right? So like an energetic field is changing, right? So then what happened? Because I have some pictures of you that I want to share.
Yes. Okay, so that first picture that I sent was just me. Picture of me was that day, July 5th, the day I started the patches. Okay, so I put that patch on. That pain started going down. I know not everybody gets the same type of results. All our bodies are different. And it wasn't like just this crazy, all of a sudden I had all this energy and no pain like my first day. It was this subtle couple days later, I was like, I was actually out grocery shopping later than 5. I'm like, whoa, this is totally different. I'm out walking a couple weeks later, and I check my steps. It was 5,000 steps. And I could really like walk maybe 10, 20 minutes and I was done. My body was done. So that was huge. I knew something was going on when I was able to start feeling like, so, time goes on, my energy is back. My fatigue is completely gone. These are my legs.
Wow. These are your legs. So you went and actually had infrared thermal imaging done.
I did. Okay. So this is just the Eon patch. So what
you went and did, this is amazing that you did this actually.
I did. So I saw David Schmidt's video on thermography and how you could put the Eon patch on and all this, inflammation goes away. And, me, this big inflammation ball, I'm like, well, if it worked for him, it's going to work for me. I called up Santa Barbara Thermography Center and I was like, this is what I want to do. Let's do a whole panel of my whole body before. And then I'm going to put this Eon patch on for the first time ever, put it on the back of my neck. And then 30 minutes later, let's do a whole set.
Again, so it was 30 minutes that you had that.
30 minutes. So all that inflammation, you saw that before and after. My leg pain is gone. Like I don't have any more pain. I couldn't even like walk up a flight of stairs without being in crucial pain. So this is probably mostly from my car accidents because my neck, my lower back, my upper back, like everything was just always throbbing. Everything.
So this is in 30 minutes. This is in 30 minutes. You didn't just trust the 89 clinical studies that David Schmidt has already done on this product. You said, you know what? I'm going to go take a picture of myself because I'm a ball of inflammation.
Yeah, and pretty much.
You literally went out and did it and then put the patch on, just like he says. And this is what happened 30 minutes later. This is a 30-minute time frame, the whole body.
30-minute time frame. I was like,
This
I had
is
one chance at it.
unbelievable. Look at this. I mean, what? So when you put this on, tell me the difference that you literally, I mean, I would have been like crying.
So this is super interesting, Renita. Okay. So I'm sitting here and this lady just doing the thermography. She's looking at the screen and she just had done my before and she was just like blown away, like watching. She's like, I'm like, what? She's like, it's gone. Like your redness is gone. And I'm like, I don't feel any different.
Wow.
So I didn't feel so crazy different. You know, it's interesting. I think that the brain's got to catch up with the body. 24 years of pain. I didn't like feel very different, you know? And I think that over time, my body was like, oh, finally, like, oh, I'm going up a flight of stairs and I'm not in pain. I'm not burning. And I can turn my neck and I'm not like, oh, this just hurts, you know? So I think the realization of things over time started working. But it wasn't just
I think you're right that pain is a neural pattern. I think it's a neural pattern, right? Like, and so 23 years, I mean, think about that and struggling and how, I mean, you're at the end of your rope trying to like realign your life at the end, like you said, and wow. And so, I mean, but here's what I got to say, this thermal imaging doesn't lie, right? It's literally taking a picture of the body about what's happening internally. So yeah, whether you perceive that or not, there was a shift after putting this patch on, which is so cool. Right. To actually be able to document that. Gosh, I wish I could do something like this. This is so cool that you did this. Right. Yeah. But, you know, it's amazing. I mean, 90% pain free, able to exercise. Obviously, you're taking pictures galore again. I bet your photography business is on the upswing because you are like dynamite now, not living in pain anymore.
I'm able to accept more work. I'm able to do it without pain. I mean, my mental clarity is improving. My muscles and I'm actually able to go exercise. I have a personal trainer that's helping me with strength training. Before I could barely even exercise. Now I'm getting stronger. I'm on like 5 or 6 patches. I'm like on them all.
But you know, start on X39, right? Though, because the X39, the stem cells are what we all need. And the stem cells are really, that stem cell activation patch is a game changer for so many people's bodies, right? And that's what changed my mom and my dad's life and ultimately our lives. But so many people see those results with that. But what I love about Lifewave is all of the patches are phenomenal. Like you just proven, right? I mean, that Eon patch, I tell people, if you've been stuck in a state of pain, like you absolutely, or any kind of systemic inflammation, right? Which is most diseases. So if they've been stuck in that, putting that Eon on is going to literally calm the body's nervous system. And a lot of people don't realize that the body is not a good healer when it's in a stress state. It is not, it's like running a marathon. Your body's not in a healing mode when it's running a marathon. It's just trying to win the race, right? It's trying to get through it. And so if we're thinking we're going to heal when we're in that sympathetic state, we're wrong. Like we need to bring the body out of that. And the Eon does that so beautifully, like David said, in 15 to 30 minutes. And not only with all his studies, but with your independent study that you did with yourself, which is incredible. Way to go, Kristin, on that. Like amazing that you went and did that. I'm so proud of you.
That was my before and after of my skin. When I started taking the Alavita trio, I started with the X39, added in Eon. And then when I added in glutathione and Alavita, that was my 7th month before. That was July 5th, my first day. And then 7 months later, my skin tone, redness, texture,
everything, just amazing, actually.
Just totally did a 180 with that.
100%. Wow. Disease is darkness in the body, whether it's cancer, tumors, like inflammation, blocked nerves, anything that's dark. So anytime we bring light to that area, it's going to improve the entire flow, the energetic system of the body, which the body is designed to heal. It's amazing at healing, right? Welcome to Lifewave. Welcome to a night that will probably change your life forever, just like it has with us. So I'm going to start with this, where it all began for us. We began with Lifewave, like Kristin said, literally, I think it was like June 28th. So you saw one of my very first posts I ever put out there on social media. And we got started because this woman right here, my beautiful mother, Pearl, was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 5.5 years ago. And we were doctoring with my friend up in Canada. We've chosen to do everything holistically, naturally. You know, our boys, the last two, have not had a single vaccine. We're just very much holistic mindset. Nature always wins. Like, that's just our family. So when my mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's, we've tried a lot of alternative modalities of healing for her, because unfortunately with neurological conditions, they diagnose and adios. That's pretty much what happened at Mayo Clinic. And so we've done all kinds of, like you said, Kristin, detoxing and heavy metal detoxing and pulling the amalgam fillings out. But everything changed, you guys, when my mom was given these patches. So my friend Doris, who's a nurse up in Canada, sent us these patches, and she said, Renita, you got to try these on your mom. She said, it helped my neighbor lady with Parkinson's. She said, it was almost miraculous. I think it can help your mom. So we put the patch on my mom. And my mom, on the 11th day, you guys, my mom was actually walking without her walker at 8:30 in the morning. Now, I don't know if you know anyone with Parkinson's, but mornings are tough. They have a hard time moving around because they lack dopamine, right? But here it was on the 11th day, I walked into the house, and my cute mom just walked out of the bedroom with her polka dot pajamas on. And she said, hey, Nita, do you want me to make you some eggs? And I was like, what? I said, Mom, where's the walker? She said, it's in the bedroom. I didn't need it today. And I'm like, since when didn't you need the walker at 8:30 in the morning? Like, you needed it like the last 2.5 years, almost every single day, right? And so we were sitting there discussing how amazing she was walking and feeling, and her attitude was good. And my dad, this was my second patch. My mom was my first patch miracle. My dad was my second patch miracle. He dealt with these legs over here on the left, if you can see that, oozing, goozing, disgusting, edemic, super swollen legs. He had dealt with those for 6 months. Honestly, we didn't know what it was. We went to 12 different doctors. We went to homeopaths, naturopaths, chiropractors, and then we went to traditional doctors like dermatologists and heart doctors. And we put the patch on my dad that morning. I said to my dad, where are the patches that Mom's been putting on? He said, I think they're in her bathroom or bedroom. I said, why don't you grab one? Let's put one on you. And he said, I thought the patch was for Parkinson's. I said, I don't know what this patch is for, but if it did that to Mom, I think we got a chance with your legs. So let's grab a patch and put it on. And so this was my dad's legs 24 hours later. I mean, and here's the deal, you guys. I'm not telling you this is going to treat, cure, prevent any disease, but I'm just showing you what happened to my father and my mother. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to call it what it was, miracles, right? Miracles. And so these legs were completely dried up. They never oozed again. They had been oozing for 6.5 straight months. They never oozed again after that first patch. As you can see, they weren't perfect, but they were dried up and the edema completely gone. The next morning when Dad opened the door and I looked down at his little chicken legs, I actually fell to my knees and praised the Lord. I was so thankful. I was weeping. I was so happy for him. And he kind of turned and walked away, and he's a Marine. So he said, looks like that patch worked. Looks like we wasted a whole lot of money at all those doctor's appointments. and I mean, I just couldn't believe my eyes. But this was my dad's legs. And 5 weeks later on the X39, we also added the X49. And my dad was actually able to get off all 3 of his blood pressure medications, which is just incredible because he'd had hypertension literally for decades. So you guys, this patch is for real. And again, it doesn't treat, cure, prevent disease. I'm not sure what your miracle is going to look like. I'm just showing you what my miracles have looked like, right? And Kristin showed you what her miracles look like, which is incredible, right? When you see this. This is another friend of mine who dealt with literally these hands for 6 years. She had some wicked chemotherapy 6 years ago and just tore her hands up like they just were awful. And she said, Renita, will it help? I said, the same thing I tell everybody, it's worth a shot. It's worth, you got a 30-day money back guarantee. It's worth a shot. You got nothing to lose. Well, this was her hand that she texted me literally on day 5. Day 5, this happened to her hand. And so she also had great results with her little dog who had some kind of liver stint put in and was having issues with seizures. Since she's patched the dog hasn't had any more issues with seizures. And again, individual results may vary. I'm just sharing with you what's happening with these people because it's downright miraculous. So the question is, have you been patched yet? Right? We're here to elevate your life. We're here to activate your stem cells, and we're here to regenerate your body. Your body is a healing machine designed by God. So we're so excited that you're here making yourself a priority, just like Kristin did that day. Just like when you see something, it kind of speaks to you and you think to yourself, I think I need to try this. I think I'm supposed to do this, right? And I'm sorry for those of you that are watching tonight that have been in a state of hopelessness, I'll tell you what, the world has beat everybody up in the last 4 years, hasn't it? And I'm really sorry if you've been in a state of hopelessness where you've tried a bunch of things and they have not worked, but I'm here to tell you, this is your moment. This is your moment to change. This is your moment to level up. So I'm so excited you're on this tonight. Let's talk more about how to wear this incredible X39 patch. So you put the patch on, 12 hours on, and you take it off for 12 hours. It's literally that easy. The patches come in a sleeve of 30. So you'll get 30 patches in there. Let me make sure that I'm tagged on here so I can show you guys some stuff. Where is my head? There I am. Oop. We're going to make sure that everybody's muted. All right. So if you just coming on, make sure that you guys are muted, please. Okay. That'd be awesome. So I'm going to show you, this is actually what the X39 patches look like. They come in a sleeve just like this. Really awesome. When you pull them out, there's going to be a little envelope, and inside of there is going to be a little thing. It says phototherapy patches on the front, and there's 30 patches in there. So the patches look kind of like the ones I have on my shoulders. They're about the size of a Band-Aid. These are actually energy enhancer because I like burning my own fat every chance I get. Plus I wanted to balance my energy because I knew I was doing the Zoom tonight. So I wanted to make sure I had good balanced energy. But the patches with the X39, you wear them for 12 hours. You take them off for 12 hours. You put a fresh patch on. The only nutritional advice I would give you is drink plenty of water, and not just that, make sure you have plenty of electrolytes. And let's just talk about that for 1 second, you guys. David Schmidt specifically says that if you are patching, you will have faster results when you are well hydrated with electrolytes. Electrolytes help the body to detox. Electrolytes help the body to heal. Just think about when somebody gets really sick, if they're like a child or an elderly person, they take them to the hospital, and what do they give them? Electrolytes, right? Oh, we're giving them electrolytes. So electrolytes are like your first line of healing. Did you guys know that? So for those of you that got on tonight, you'd learn something new if you didn't know that, okay? But here's the thing. If you are dehydrated and if you are not electrolyte charged, I said to my friend Ryan, he drinks electrolytes like I drink electrolytes, like we just drink them all day long. Electrolytes are like electricity. You know, people that consume electrolytes, they're usually higher energy. They don't have like, that where they're down and they're tired and they're lethargic. When people have plenty of electrolytes or electrons, think about it like electricity in the body, right? There's a good flow. So it's going from top to bottom, from the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. And so make sure that if you are not consuming electrolytes, you can eat them. Watermelon, cantaloupe, avocado, Celtic sea salt is amazing. There's lots of fruits and vegetables have them tremendously. Extra magnesium is always good. Take an Epsom salt bath. Love up on yourself a little bit while you're healing. But David Schmidt said, if you put the patch on, if you put that X39 on and you get tired, that means your body needs more electrolytes. So I showed you the picture of my dad's legs. Day 2, I went to his house and he was sleeping. And I was like, geez, why is he sleeping? I said to my mom, and she's like, I don't know. He's so tired. And then I came back the 3rd day and dad was sleeping again. And I said to my dad, are you dying? Are you healing? And he said, I'm healing. And I'm like, I don't know, like, why are you sleeping so much? And I went home and I was scouring David Schmidt videos. I was trying to learn as quickly as I could. And David Schmidt said in one of the videos, if you put the patch on and you get fatigued or tired, up your electrolytes immediately, because it will help the body to restore and rejuvenate. It makes the patch work better. So I went back down to my mom and dad's. I gave him a bottle of electrolytes. I cut a piece of watermelon with Celtic sea salt. I said, eat this. He's like laying in the bed. And no joke, you guys, in 2.5 hours, he was up mowing the yard. So, I mean, that's how fast those electrolytes kick in. So make sure you're it's like the #1 thing you guys can do when you're patching. Get plenty of electrolytes, because you want that electrical flow going from top to bottom in the body. We don't want any disruption in the flow. Let's go back to our presentation. I just wanted to kind of like put that in there real quick. So that's what the patch looks like. You can really wear the X39 anywhere. It is systemic. So if you put it on your cheek or your butt cheek or your shoulder, it really does not matter. It will go to the area that needs it the most in your body. This is about you. So it'll go to the area that needs it in your body. Just like in Kristin's body, it went to where she needed it. Just like in my dad's body, it went to where he needed it. But for reference purposes, they always show you this picture of the C7, so you can put the patch actually on the base of your neck there, or under your belly button, which in Chinese medicine is the small intestine. The reason they do that is because when David Schmidt did the 89 clinical studies, they wanted to keep them relative. So it's not like they wanted 50 people with everybody patching at a different spot. So they said, these 50 people that are in the study, we're going to patch here and here, 2 spots, just to keep the studies relative. But please know that with X39, they can be put really anywhere on the body. Anywhere in the body, like I said, it's going to go to your area that needs it. Why are these patches so phenomenal? What is going on with these things? Well, they activate a peptide called GHK-Cu. And if you guys got off here tonight and you went and researched that and Googled it, it would literally tell you the GHK-Cu peptide is called the fountain of youth, or the holy grail of anti-aging. It's why everybody, when they get on this patch, they literally start glowing. Their skin looks so much different, just like yours did, Kristin. Like that skin picture is incredible, right? Just like different skin. You have different skin. Usually skin as it ages, it gets worse looking and thinner, and yours got better, right? So stem cells are created from this GHK-Cu peptide. So David Schmidt actually did a study because they said, how much GHK is actually created from this patch when you put it on? And guess what? They measured it with blood, and they found that there was a 40% increase with only in 24 hours. I mean, the longer you wear it, the better it gets. But within 24 hours, there was a 40% increase in GHK. How crazy is that? So it literally measurably increases this peptide. This peptide, GHK, activates our stem cells. It's incredible. In fact, I was going to show you guys, I've got this great book here. I tell everybody to get it. If you're in the Lifewave opportunity, you should get it. But it's by this guy. He's incredible. His name is Dr. Lauren Picard. Okay. And it's called Resetting Your Genes to Youth Today. That's the subtitle. Resetting Your Genes to Youth Today. How many of you want more youthful genes? I'm literally getting younger. This is, here's the thing. If you want to grow old, the patch is not for you. If you want to stay young and healthy and literally reset your genes to youth, then I'd say get patched up and talk to the person who invited you on this tonight, because they'll help you get started at the best price. So why is this GHK so cool? Why is this peptide so cool? It activates stem cells. Why are stem cells so important? The New England Journal of Medicine said the #1 indicator of wellness in our body is directly correlated to the number of adult stem cells in the bloodstream. So it's the #1 indicator of whether or not we're well, right? Do you think that's pretty important? Like, I don't care about all the things that tell me that I'm sick. I want to know what makes me well. Oh, stem cells are the #1 indicator. I'm going to need more of those. Okay, right? So stem cells are the cells in the body that literally have the potential to develop into any other kind of cell needed. So when you're a baby in your mother's womb, the very first cell that's created is actually a stem cell. And that stem cell then divides and creates your brain and your nervous system and your heart and your lungs and all those organ systems, right? But that originates from a stem cell. How cool is that? So stem cells really can become whatever area in your body needs the repair and regeneration. That is so cool, I think, because you can't take an eye cell and put it on my shoulder, use it as a muscle cell, right? But with a stem cell, it literally will go to the area that needs the rejuvenation and repair and repair it. So while our adult stem cells actually go down as we age, like I said, at the age of 20, it's already, you're on the downswing at age 20, which I think 20 is so young, right? But by age 30, you got a 60% reduction already. So I don't know if any of you on here tonight are 30, but you got a 60% reduction of these stem cells, 50, 75% reduction. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you guys, I'm 46. So that means I've got a 60 to 75% reduction of these stem cells. Like, I tell you what, I was fading fast before I got on this patch. Like, I'm pretty athletic. I'm pretty like high energy, but like today, our workout this morning, went a couple mile bike ride, just went for a 7-mile bike ride before the Zoom meeting. Like, I think I might go get when I'm done. Like, I just can't get enough. So I know my stem cells have increased. I know that my repair and rejuvenation is better. My skin is better. The liver spots are gone. My moles are falling off. It's amazing, right? By age 60, how many 60-year-olds on here? You got a 90% reduction of stem cells. Mayday, mayday, activate your stem cells like tonight, right? By age 80, my dad, 80 years old, right? When you see those legs, his stem cells were not good, right? He probably had 2 left in his old body, and they were trying to find each other. And as soon as he put that patch on, you guys, everything changed. I think that's why we see such fast miracles with a lot of people that are older, because they don't have hardly any, right? So their body just boom, kicks into gear. So when you're looking at activating your stem cells, what are you going to see? You heard a little bit from Kristin, you heard from me, but you're going to have your own experience. I want you guys to know that. We see a lot of rapid pain relief, mental clarity, reduced inflammation, increasing sports performance, ding, 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 that's me over here, supports wound healing, faster recovery from exercise, absolutely, energy and vitality. People are just sharper, like Kristin said, the brain fog lifts, right? The brain fog lifts. When you're thinking clear, I'm telling you what, life gets better. So how it works, we talked about that, the GHKCU peptide. You can go research that if you'd like. Now, the patch is actually made of nanocrystals. So when you take that little patch out, you're saying, what's in the patch, right? I was like, what is in this thing? What's in this little patch, right? What is in there that's doing this to my mom and dad, right? Well, what is in there is nanocrystals. And don't get overly scientific, but nanocrystals are a combination of natural organic ingredients like sugar, salt, water, amino acids, oxygen. So they're naturally occurring ingredients. They create a kind of a matrix. We're getting out of the old matrix and we're coming into the new matrix, right? The new matrix is where the healing can actually happen, but it creates kind of a crystal matrix pattern. And what happens is when you put this patch on, nothing leaches from the patch into the body. There is no transdermal anything, like there's no chemical, the salt doesn't leach from here into the body. There's no herbs leaching, nothing leaches. All this acts as a reflector. It's a reflector of light. So what happens is when you put this patch on, it reflects your own body light, your own body heat back into the body, right? So it's almost like when somebody said to me today, Renita, I put the patch on and the pain was gone. The pain was literally gone. And I said, you know what? That's probably because that pain was a point of darkness in the body. It was a point of where there was an interruption, right? In the flow of whether it's nerve or whatever. And so I said, as soon as you put that on, it just brought light into that area. And she said, I cannot believe the pain is gone that fast. And I said, well, believe it, because this is where we're at right now. An incredible find with this patch, right? So it activates your own stem cells, which is so cool. And it resets 1/3 of the human genome to a younger, healthier state. It also does amazing things for your brain. So this is a topography map, kind of like your cool infrared imaging you had on the front end there, Kristin. This is actually a map to tell you about brain coherence. Now, we want brain coherence to be mostly like pretty light blues, and the blues are better, just light and airy feeling. Red means inflammation. Red, I always say red means dead. Like it's just, you got too much stuff happening over there. The brain is not coherent. And so we want the brain coherent with the heart, like, right, the brain sections of the brain are functioning well. They're communicating well with the heart, because we know we've got, this gut brain and heart brain connection. And so this was in a couple short weeks of this woman wearing the X39 patch. Now, I'm here to tell you, I feel like the world needs better brain coherence. Look around. Do you know anybody? Don't name any names. Do you know anybody that needs better brain coherence? Maybe their memory's not good. Maybe their mood's not good. Maybe they don't sleep well. That was me, right? So brain coherence is not like a 77-year-old person thing. My son Bo said to me on the 8th day of wearing the patch, Mom, my brain just feels better. He said, I haven't had a headache since I've been on the patch. He said, I feel like I'm thinking clear. He said, it just feels better. So you guys, brain coherence is for all ages. I know that young people could use it as well as the elderly. We could show you more and more of these, but I think Kristin's were so phenomenal on the front end. We don't even need to show you anymore. This patch works, and all of the Lifewave patches work. So they're incredible at reducing inflammation. If we can reduce inflammation, we're going to reduce pain. If we can reduce inflammation, we're going to reduce disease formation, right? So this is a big deal for your health, you guys. So within the first few days, remember, you got 4,000 to 6,000 genes are beginning to reset. You may or may not feel that. Like my mom did not feel her spider veins going away. My mom did not feel her periodontal disease going away until she went to the dentist, and the dentist like, Pearl, what on earth did you do to your mouth? It's like a different mouth I'm looking at, right? Because no more gum recession, no more bleeding. All her implants had set. I mean, they hadn't saw her mouth look like that, and they've been looking at it for 5.5 years. And so that happened within 2 months of wearing the patches, right? So within 6 weeks, that brain balancing happens. 3 months, your collagen is increasing. You are probably going to not only feel younger, but Don't be shocked when your friends ask you, why do you look younger? What did you do, right? Hair growth increases. The bone muscular system is just, I mean, it's phenomenal what I've seen for bone density, for eye health, teeth health. I mean, I could just go on and on, but within 6 months, heart reverses in age, you guys. They did a study where they took 15 people only with X39 patch, the stem cell activation patch. And guess what? Within 6 months, they brought them back in and they measured those 15 people again, only wearing X39. They wore it 12 hours on. They took the patch off for 12 hours, put a fresh patch on the next day. After 6 months, they had 14 of those 15 people had reduced their vascular age. Your vascular age is your heart, your veins, your arteries, by an average of 8 years. Like, this is not an anti-aging thing. We are actually age reversing. Okay, we are in age reversal here. So there's a great website all of you can check out just for educational purposes. It's called startx39.com. It's amazing. You can't buy anything there. They're not going to sell you anything. You can't sign up for anything. It's going to simply educate you. Spend a few minutes researching for yourself. Startx39.com. The first video is 2 minutes on light, so you can understand what phototherapy is. If you say, I've never heard of something like this, well, welcome to the club. A lot of us hadn't, right? Until we got introduced to this patch. And so once you put the patch on, everything changes, because you realize our bodies are designed to heal. And we're just like moving energy in our bodies to activate healing mechanisms that have always been there, right? We don't need a pill for every ill. We need a patch. Bring light into those situations. Bring light into your life, right? So startx39.com. Go there. First video is great. Second video specifically on the X39 stem cell activation patch. And then there's a third video with David Schmidt, the founder. It's 18 minutes long. It's great if you're on here and you're a doctor, a nurse, a health professional. It's a deep dive into how he created this patch. It took him 12 years and $4 million. This guy is incredible. David Schmidt, we are so honored to be partnered with this guy. He loves God. I love it. I praise before he goes into the lab. He has a heart for humanity. He's a genius. The guy has over 130 patents. Hello, not a slouch, right? In addition to that, 89 clinical studies on the product. Wait until you see the next product they're launching in October. I mean, you can't even wrap your mind around some of this incredible technology that David is launching. He's the perfect combination of combining God and nature with science, like together. The guy is like just really an incredible scientist, but he's very divinely downloaded. So we appreciate his wisdom. We appreciate his leadership. We're available and open, you guys, in over 100 countries we're shipping to right now, which is so cool. Today alone, Scott, we've had conversations in Japan, Netherlands, Mexico. I mean, it's on the move, you guys. So if you know people in other parts of the world, make sure you share this technology with them. I love this product because it's not like anything else. You can't go and buy this at Walmart. You can't go buy this online somewhere. You can't go buy this at Sam's Club. You can't go buy this at Walgreens or CVS. You have to talk to the person that invited you on this. That person is your sponsor, and they want to help you win. Probably with your health first and foremost, because when you feel better, guess what? You can do more. you know, I always tell people, when you're healthy and you're educated, you're hard to control by the government, right? So get yourself healthy, get yourself educated, and get yourself financially independent. Those are strong things to win in life. So this is not another weight loss product. This is not another skincare product, although I do think it will help your weight and your skin along with so many other things. But this is a unique opportunity, you guys. The patent is 3 years old. If you don't know anything about patents, patents last 20 years. So we have 17 more years to get out and make a huge difference, help a whole lot of people activate their stem cells and make a whole lot of money. The truth is, everybody in the world, every mammal in the world needs to activate their stem cells. So it's not just for humans. Like, I could tell you stories about dogs and how, like, people's dogs, their tumors are disappearing and stuff like that. And again, individual results may vary. I'm not making claims here. I'm simply telling you what we've seen and witnessed in the last year, which is miracle after miracle. So the company is almost 20 years old. It was doing about 20 to 30 million a year until 3 years ago, when Lifewave launched the X39 stem cell patch. And when they launched that patch that activates that GHKCU peptide, the company went to $280 million that year. And this year we're going to finish well over 400 million. We're open in over 75. We ship to over 100 countries, guys. This is a big financial opportunity for those that are looking. We appreciate Big Pharma. If you guys are on here and you are part of healthcare, thank you for your service. Thank you for being a caretaker. I think that there is no better model on the planet for acute crisis care than modern medicine. If I get ran over, don't just put a patch on me, right? If I have a heart attack, don't just put a patch on me. Take me to the ER. But for long-term health, that model is out. For solutions for health, that's done, right? And I mean, what we're finding is the good guys, the ones that are stepping into this freedom model, which is where they're realizing the body heals. The body has this innate ability to heal. And there's many practitioners. I mean, I've enrolled over 300 doctors, nurses, chiropractors, naturopaths, people in the healthcare industry. Why? Because they love the freedom. They love that they can put this patch on. They say they've never seen something that works so simply, so quickly, so affordably, right? So we have an entire shifting that's happening in our world right now, where all this money that was being filtered through Big Pharma, think about this, the lobbyists. Do you guys know that the pharmaceutical lobbyists in Washington, D.C., they spend 2 times the money on lobbying for Big Pharma than they do for big oil. That tells you how much money is being spent over there on getting these drugs approved, right? And then it goes through all these chains, right? Pharmacy benefit manager. I don't even know what this stuff is. My girlfriend, who's a doctor, actually created this. She's a medical doctor. She created this for me. So here, David was at a crossroads when he created this product. He said, how am I going to introduce this to the marketplace? Am I going to go take out ads? He thought about taking it to GNC, right? But then he thought, no one's going to understand what this patch does sitting on a store shelf, right? So he said, I don't think I want to have a distribution model like a typical distribution model. I think I want to have this be network marketing or the freedom model, right? Why do I want that? Because this product really is demonstratable, right? Like when my friend called me today and she's like, Renita, my friend's knee pain is gone, G-O-N-E, before my eyes. Like the lady's in the background hollering, screaming. She can't believe it. She's like, I can't believe what I'm feeling. She's like running around the kitchen. And so you guys, David Schmidt said, let's do this via the freedom model. And what the freedom model means, people like you, people like me, we have access to help anybody we want. If you're watching this and you're saying, I got a sister-in-law, I got a cousin, I got a coworker, well, praise the Lord, because if you are a person that feels like you are blessed to be a blessing and you want to serve and bless others, welcome to the freedom model. And the freedom model, everybody wins. And millions of people are getting paid every single week. Normal people, people that are just want, a little additional income. Maybe you're watching this saying, hey, $200 a week extra would be really cool. Maybe you're watching this saying $1,000 extra would be really awesome. Or maybe you're a big thinker like me and I'm like, how much can I make on this thing? Scott and I maxed out the compensation plan literally in the first 66 days. Why? Because we could, because we love to help people, because we love to serve others, right? So we want to show you guys how to do the same. Now, Kristin, do you want to add anything before we bring in Ryan?
Actually, I do. I would love to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Awesome. Well, I know there's a lot of people that I might know on here and just everybody else I might not know. When I saw Renita's post, I feel like that for me was the answer to prayer, but I actually had to take action, take a step of faith, order it and try it, because that I could have just let that opportunity go by. But the thing is we got to just take that step of faith and try something new. I mean, I was desperately praying for something, and there's so many people that I know that are desperately needing pain relief or needing something or some change. And then just that fear comes in, that doubt, like, oh no, this isn't going to work. I've tried everything, which I felt too. But, I just want to encourage, just take a step of faith and try it. Every good and perfect thing is from above. I believe these patches are from God, just like you said. And I give God all the glory for what he's done. And I prayed for healing for 24 years. I'm able to help so many people with these patches as well. So thank you so much for letting me share today. I appreciate it, Renita.
Thank you, Kristin. So if you're a guest at Kristin's, make sure you get out and reach out to her right after we get off this, because she wants to help you to win with your health. And I agree. Sometimes as Christians, people just say, I'm going to pray about it. And I say, be careful, because if you say, I'm going to pray about it, you do nothing, nothing changes, right? And so I had a friend of mine, she said, I'm praying about it. I said, I'm praying about it code word for I'm not going to do anything right now? Because if you mean I'm not going to do anything right now, then just say I'm not going to do anything right now. Let's not pretend. And then I said, here's how you know when you're praying about something and if you should move in that direction. Look in the direction of the miracles. Where are the miracles happening? That's what I mean. This is just like common sense. Like you said, every good and perfect gift comes from heaven, the Father of heavenly light, it says in the word, right? And so I said to my girlfriend the other day, I said, look in the direction of the miracles. Look in the direction of the financial miracles. Like this is like erupting financially. Look at the area of the health miracles. Not this many people can get together and lie. Like everybody's got their own incredible miracle story, right? So look in the direction of the miracles and then put your foot in the area where the miracles are. It's kind of like the healing waters. Get in the water. Get in the water, boys. And so anyway, Kristin, thank you for that so much. Yes, we've got lots of good stuff for sleep apnea and all kinds of things. There's lots of testimonies. There's actually a Telegram channel with 7,000 people in it where you can type in your condition. Here's what I'm going to tell you. We can't tell you it's going to treat, cure, or diagnose anything on here. So if you're going to say, what's it going to do for this, that, or the other thing? We can't even answer you. You try it and let us know what it does for you. But I will tell you, there is a Telegram channel where you can search some of those things. I will tell you my mom's symptoms of her Parkinson's are 80 to 85% better. Praise the Lord. So there you go. There is a business side to this. We're not going to spend more than 2 more minutes discussing that because I want you to get a hold of Ryan or Kristin or whoever invited you on here tonight. That is the person you need to get with. They are your sponsor. They want to help you to get it at the cheapest possible price. But I want to tell you, Ryan is right. This is a big deal in the sense that this industry is explosive. I mean, we all have heard of stem cells in some way, shape, or form. The fact that we can activate our own stem cells naturally, affordably, and this easy is a total gift. So the industry right now is a $200 million industry. It's on its way to 300 billion in the next 5 to 7 years, and we are part of that. So get excited about something that is literally changing people globally. And when you get started, you can get started at any of the packages. Do what's right for you financially, but I encourage you to stretch yourself. There's the bronze pack that comes with 1 sleeve of the X39 for $125. So you're going to get just 1 sleeve of these patches for $125 if you're all by yourself and you just want to give it a shot. Silver is a great place to start if you it's you and your spouse. I always tell people, I talk to women every day. They're like, well, I'm going to try it. I'm not going to give it to my husband. I'm like, listen, you don't want him to get crusty and you're getting younger. You better get him on the patch too. So get the silver if you want. There's 2 of you in the environment. You get 3 sleeves, no sign up fee, wholesale price, $300. So easy. What an easy decision. Gold is actually where my family started day one because we have 5 family members. So I wanted everybody to wear the patches for at least a month. We got a free extra sleeve of any of the other patches. But within 3 days of launching our business, we actually upgraded to the diamond pack because by that point, my phone was ringing off the hook. Everybody wanted our patches. And my husband, Scott, was saying, Renita, quit selling my patches. I've had 7 knee surgeries. I need them. So you can choose what package is right for you. The gold is really where you want to be if you're building a business, the gold or higher. Diamond is the best deal. You're going to get such a great price break. Even if you just intend to wear these patches yourself, diamond is the best deal, obviously, because you get the most patches for the least amount of money when it comes to price per patch, right? In addition to that, if you go diamond, you are elevated on the compensation plan. You are paid basically from a business standpoint, and diamond does keep you active for 3 full months. So you can decide what's right for you. The great news is you can always upgrade at any point to a package. So if you start at gold, you can always upgrade to a platinum when you're ready, or a diamond. I encourage you to talk to the person who invited you on here. They will help you to get started and help you decide what's right for you and your family. But I really believe, you guys, this is a huge opportunity to win with your health. This is a huge opportunity. If you're watching this and you have a heart to want to help people, this is it. And this is a huge financial opportunity. I mean, we see people on our team that are making thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars per week. And many of them just got started. So this is a huge financial opportunity. If you're looking for a plan B, or maybe some of you want to become more tax efficient because you are a W-2 paid employee, it's time to become more tax efficient. And so I encourage you guys, get started for that reason. Your package is 100% tax deductible, which is wonderful. So Talk To invited you on here. Ryan, you've been a blessing. Kristin, you've been a blessing. I love you guys. I'm so thankful for you that you're on our